Everybody, Chris Eggleston here. Excited to be able to have you here on this course with me. This is about, 5 or 6 modules. Um, and official title, How to Accept One-Time and Recurring Payments on Your WordPress Site Without Setting Up a Shopping Cart and No Code Required. Now, this course is going to be a step-by-step. Module 1, just before we get into everything, just because I don't want you to skip through. This first module is kind of a getting started. It's kind of an overview, getting you prepped and ready to go for the course, and modules 2 through 5. But I'm super excited for this because I've been personally using this solution for a year now. When we decided to take subscriptions via online sign up, instead of having to sign up everybody one by one, individually and doing it manually, we decided to implement a solution. And I hate shopping carts. I hate big, bulky commerce plugins, and so I wanted to avoid that at all costs. So that's this course is about showing you the solutions that I found and introducing to them and helping you actually get them set up and running. So before we jump into things, I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit about me. My name again is Chris Eggleston. I've been in and around WordPress for about, I would say, 13, 14 years. But I consider myself a WordPress wrangler, a marketing strategist, a business developer, and I do consulting for web pros. So in each of these aspects, I've built businesses for myself and for other people, with my experience and my knowledge that I have in these industries and these fields. Um, but really, WordPress has been the focus of my businesses and of everything that I've done for really the last 12, 13 years, whatever it's been. It's been quite some time. Um, but but yeah, so I really enjoy it. You can find me at chriseggleston.com or chrisegg.com. That seems to be easier. A lot of tutorials there on WordPress. And if you're watching this and you're a web pro, which is somebody who does website development or website design with WordPress, definitely go there and take a look, because I do a lot of work with web pros and helping them build business and build their business, create their business, strategize, and use solutions like this to be more effective in their business. But today, I have to also introduce our sponsor for this course. It's WP Mantis or Mantis. WPMantis.com is the website. They are a white label WordPress support company, and basically they work with those web pros. So basically their mantra is your clients are developers, and with WP Mantis you can generate residual revenue without increasing your workload. Our white label solution means our team handles the support while you and your company get to be the hero, right? So basically the way this works is you as a web pro would join Mantis, and you would basically sell their services to your clients as white label. And then what Mantis does is they handle all tickets and support needs for website maintenance. They have 3 different plan options for you. The very basic is just website maintenance, where they're just doing updates of WordPress and plugins and themes and backups and security checks and those things. And then they get a little bit more advanced into actually providing support, like if a website were to break down, or you get a white screen of death, or something happens and you get some errors and you don't know how to resolve them, or you yourself as the service provider don't want to deal with that part of the business, but would still like to generate some revenue there. You would use Mantis to actually provide that service, and they would do it all under your brand, under the guise that they are you, and using email address and everything from you as your company. So that would be the white label aspect. It's a really cool situation. Now there's a URL there right below their logo. It says wpmantis.com/simplepay. If you go there, you should have a special offer from them. Because you're taking this course, they are the sponsor of this course. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into Module 1. Again, this is getting started. This is going to be a quick overview. I'm calling this the WP Simple Pay Pro course because that's a lot shorter title than the first title I showed you, the official title of this course. But let's go ahead and jump in. So Module 1 We're going to talk about the course goals. We're going to decide if this course is for you, so you don't have to waste your time going through it if it's not. We'll talk about what WP Simple Pay Pro is. We'll go over course outline, and then give you a breakdown of what you need to be able to complete the course, and then there will be credits at the end of each module. All right. So the goal for this course, get you set up and started accepting. Get you set up to start accepting payments from your website, right? So I already said that. And the emphasis here is to simplify the process, right? But also what I'll be teaching you throughout this, because like I said, I'm a consultant for web pros, and one of the things I learned in my first web agency business that I had for 10 years was the power of leverage, of using other people or other resources or other people's products to really grow my own business and to increase my margins, right? To generate more, not just revenue, but profits. So that's really a big key to this. Is I'm going to show you the tools that you need in this case to leverage in order to help you be more successful, but to reduce the amount of time and effort that you have to put in to implement something like this and to run your business, making it easier for you to get new clients. That's the whole idea, right? You want to make it easy for people to sign up and to take care of those subscriptions. So ultimately, it's to get you ready to start accepting payments on your website, but with an emphasis on simplification and then teaching you the power of leverage and how to really utilize leverage, which is another great thing about Mantis, our sponsor for this course. They are a way to leverage somebody else's skills, somebody else's solutions, somebody else's services, but still, because it's white label, you can turn around and offer that to your clients and charge them for that service, and then make some money as well. So in this course, is this course for you? And this is just kind of a bullet list that will determine if it is, right? Do you want a quick setup, right? Are you like me? Do you want to avoid these bulky commerce plugins like WooCommerce that, they have all these other features, but really you just need this one feature? If you were to set this up in WooCommerce, not only would you have like a full-blown e-commerce solution that you don't need active on your site, you would also have to pay like, I don't know, 3, 4, maybe even 10 times as much as you would than what I'm going to show you for a solution, because their subscription option is like $200 a year, I think, with WooCommerce. So not necessary, way over kill if you're using WooCommerce for just a simple subscription for some basic products or services even. So again, avoid bulky plugins. Just selling a few products. Like, I wouldn't recommend this solution if you've got like 100 products, because the setup would be a bear. You wouldn't really want to go set up the products the way that you're going to have to do it for this. That's where something like WooCommerce would come in handy and be beneficial and make sense. But if you're just selling a few products, or only selling services and subscriptions is the next bullet point, this is ideal. And even if it's 10 services or 10 products, like, this would still, to me, be more ideal than, again, using a WooCommerce or a Ninja Shop or something like that. So the other thing here is you hate WooCommerce. Sorry, a little bit frustration there coming from me. Like, and the only reason I hate WooCommerce is because it's really the most popular platform for WordPress e-commerce website, but it's a lot of bulk, and it can get really pricey when you start piecing together everything that you need to run a WooCommerce solution. And you love Stripe. If you've never heard of Stripe, it's stripe.com. They are a simple processor, a payment processor. Really, they developed their processing solution for developers. They have a lot. Their UI is very simple, very clear, very very manageable. So for me, when I switched to them from PayPal, probably, I don't know, 9 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, something like that. I'm not really sure. It's been quite a while since I used PayPal to actually process transactions for the business. I switched to Stripe because it was super easy to integrate with. They were pretty new at the time, so a lot of plugins and things hadn't integrated with them yet. But today, almost everything is integrating with Stripe. because again, they're probably one of the simplest processors to integrate with because they were built for developers and they have a lot of great, they got a great API and a lot of great solutions. Now you don't have to deal with any of that. Again, like I said, there's no code required in this, so you don't have to deal with any of that integration. Uh, as far as coding goes, there's still going to be an integration where you have to, do a couple things to make Stripe work with WP Simple Pro. Sorry, WP Simple Pay, but again, there's no coding, and so that's one of the reasons I love it. And this solution only works with Stripe. So I'll just get that out right now. So if you love PayPal and you want to use this solution, then it's not going to work. You're going to have to use Stripe.com as a processor. Again, it's free to sign up. Basically, if you're comparing them to what you pay with PayPal, it's going to be the same in processing fees. Um, but again, the UI is more friendly. I think the control of what you can do inside of Stripe as far as setting up payment options and managing customers and all that stuff is huge. So even if you don't know about Stripe or don't love Stripe like I do, um, you're going to. I would recommend that you go check it out. Maybe put me on pause for a minute. Go to stripe.com, check it out. Um, just from their website, you might just be like, "Hey, this looks great." You can go ahead and do some walkthroughs, look at the documentation. Now, I will give you a heads up. Their documentation is very techy for the most part because again, they're working with primarily developers, so a lot of what they're documenting is implementation for code and API stuff. Um, so if you look at the documentation, don't let that freak you out because again, you really don't have to deal with any of that. We're only going to be using the user interface of Stripe when we start using it. And again, I'm going to walk you through all of this, so you don't have to worry about having that learning curve because I'm going to take you through it. All right, so really, another thing I probably should have put on here is a little bit more about what you're selling and what you're trying to accomplish, and just to give you an example of why we implemented this. For my support business, I wanted to offer services, things like fixes, because like I mentioned earlier, I have a lot of content, a lot of articles on how to fix certain WordPress issues. And people, my comments get pretty heavy with people needing additional help. And I'm happy to help there as often as I can. But I also wanted to honestly, I wanted to take advantage of that as a revenue source. So I was trying to figure out how can I, have an option for people to easily register or easily make a payment that would then go into a ticketing system so that I could, handle those requests and not have to like call everybody and schedule a time to talk and then take their payment and then set up all this stuff. I just wanted it to be kind of a smooth transition. And that's when I started looking for and found WP Simple Pay as a solution. This is what I'm going to teach you in this course. So now, if you go to my website, you'll see that on this website there's I've got like what we do or what I do, and then under there you've got one-time fix, and then WordPress support, WordPress maintenance, all these things, migrations, hack recoveries, uh, whatever. There's several things under there, but any of those things that you sign up for, I'm using this solution I'm going to teach you. And again, it's been super simple. The cost is minimal. Really, like for me, it was one transaction to make up all the cost that I needed to run this solution for a year. So it's really quite brilliant. So hopefully you stick around. Hopefully you're seeing this as a good solution for you. Again, for me, the biggest thing was I wanted not only just one-time payments, I wanted to make it easy for people to subscribe so there wasn't a barrier to moving forward and working with me. But I also want to have something that handled subscriptions really well because I like to have reoccurring revenue. Okay, very important here in this business area, in this web pro experience, because if you're running a business, recurring revenue is the key. And I know a lot of people in the WordPress industry or in web development industry that they're just one and doneers, right? They build websites and they're done and they move on because ultimately it gets difficult and time consuming and profit eating to be able to provide additional services. But using a solution like this really helps reduce your costs and your effort so that you can focus on being the best provider that you can. All right, so hopefully you stick around, go through this course with us, and start making some money on your website. So what is WP Simple Pay Pro? All right, so real quick, it's it, basically it's a simple Stripe payment plugin for WordPress, right? That's the simplest way to break it down. But you can start accepting one-time recurring payments on your WordPress site without setting up a shopping cart, no code required. Okay, here's my course topic again, course title again. But really, let me break this down simply for you. It's a plugin that has a really nice user interface that's already pre-integrated with Stripe, so you don't have to do any of that coding stuff. All you have to do is connect your API keys, which is a copy-paste thing from Stripe to WP Pro, and then within the WP Pro, WP Simple Pay Pro interface inside of your WordPress dashboard is where you pretty much create your little products, and then you use shortcodes to put them on different pages. Right? It's really that simple. And again, we'll go through the whole thing, but the whole idea of this is so that you can accept these transactions on your website. Now, they have this little pop-up. You've probably seen a little pop-up like this before. So if you go to a website and you click on a pay button, you can then see this little pop-up box where you put your information in. Let me see if I can show you an example here real quick. We'll just go to my website since I've been talking about it. We'll see if my screen is big enough my recording screen is big enough to show this to you. So here we go, what I do. We go into one-time fix. And here you go, you can order a one-time fix, $79, blah, blah, blah. Here's the details. If you click on get started, boom, you get this little pop-up here, and then you enter your email address, credit card information, and then you click order your fix, and that's it. That's what the plugin does. It enables you to do that on your website so that people can easily give you money. Bottom line, that's how simple it is. These little pop-ups. Now, when I first started using WP Simple Pay, the only option they had was the pop-up, which is cool because I really wanted the pop-up. I thought the pop-up was super cool. There wasn't much you could customize in the pop-up, but now with the latest version, you don't have to use the pop-up. You can embed it in the page. So instead of having that button right there, I could have the actual form right there on the page. I think you can even edit the pop-up more now as well. So it's a really cool plugin. Let me just show you that again. You click right here, you get this little pop-up. Again, this is a secure portal because everything is going through Stripe at this point. Right, this little pop-up is coming directly from Stripe's code, directly from their interface, directly from their API. So this portal right here is secure, but you also have to make sure your website is secure, just to make sure that you've got full security and full protection, so you're not getting in trouble and you're keeping your customers safe as well. All right, so that's what it looks like. Right there, the little pop-up. I thought that was super cool, which is why I wanted it, because again, it simplified things. I didn't have to have a form on every page, just a button that gave you this little pop-up. And on the mobile, you'll see that little mobile view right there, super friendly. You click on that button, it opens up the processing window in a new window on the mobile phone, and then you just enter your credentials, and then you click on the button, and then it closes out and takes you back to the thank you page of the site you're on. So super cool, super simple. So let's look at the course outline. So module 1 we're in right now. It's just getting started. It's the overview. It's the prep. It's the getting started. Right. So module 2 is going to be part 1 of the plugin installing and setup of the Simple Pay plugin. Okay. There's 2 parts to that because again we need to set up the plugin initially. And then you'll see in Module 4, we've got to do the integration between Stripe and the plugin and the setting up of your actual products within the plugin, within your WordPress dashboard. But Module 3 is setting up Stripe account and product subscriptions in Stripe. So I'll be walking you through that. Again, Module 4 is where we're actually going to connect Stripe and the plugin and set up all your products inside of your WordPress dashboard in WP Simple Pay. Module 5 is how to manage your subscriptions and customers. This one was probably the one that took me the longest to figure out because this This by default with this plugin is going to be done in Stripe, which is fine because Stripe has a great user interface, and over the last, I would say the last 4 months, they've made huge improvements to it. So when I first started doing this, it wasn't as easy as it is now to actually manage your subscriptions and your sales and everything, your customers from Stripe. But now it's much easier, much more efficient. So I will show you too another solution that you can use if you want to have your customers have the ability to manage their own subscriptions. So if they need to update their credit card, or they want to downgrade or upgrade, or they want to cancel, there's another plugin that works with WP Simple Pay and Stripe that you can add to this setup, so that people can have an account, so they can log in on your website and they can go on and manage their subscription. I don't use that one because I'm going to try to save every cancellation. I'm going to control upgrades and downgrades. If somebody reaches out and says, hey, I need to downgrade my service, I'm going to find out why. I'm going to make sure they understand that when you downgrade from this to that, you're losing this and you're missing out on that. If they want to cancel, I want to find out why. And if I can save it, great. If it means giving them a free month, anything like that, I want to control that, so that again, I can save those customers, reduce my churn essentially. And then I do have a bonus section for you, and it's an audio program with some handouts, but it's implementing subscriptions and onboarding customers. So this is like if you're just moving in the direction of where you're trying to implement the subscriptions, or get automated subscriptions, or you're trying to onboard your current customers who you currently have to invoice every month, or whatever the case may be. If you're trying to get them to convert over, then this is ideal for you. That training, I think it's 2 audios, will be ideal for you to listen to and to kind of go through. And again, there's a couple handouts with that, but with those, again, they're just to help you even further, because again, remember, I've been doing this for whatever it's been, almost 15 years, in building these businesses and setting up these processes. So I really learned a lot, and I do have a whole book that I'm currently rewriting, called Web Pro Kickstarter. But it goes into details about setting all these things up within your business, and using subscription models, and then how to, again, leverage is super important, which is what we're doing here. Is we're leveraging Stripe, we're leveraging WP Simple Pay, and then WordPress to really simplify your life and make it easier for people to give you money. So let's go ahead and jump into what you'll need to complete this course. So you'll need a WordPress website, obviously. You'll need to order WP Simple Pay Pro license, which I accidentally didn't fill out there, so I'll make sure when I edit this video you have a link there. But it's basically goget.xyz/simplepay. So goget.xyz/simplepay. But it should be on the screen by now. But you'll need that license. Again, their license is ridiculously affordable. I don't know the pricing off the top of my head. I probably should have done a screenshot of that for you. But I think it's like $49 to $200, depending on the tier. 1 website, 3 websites, 25 websites, something like that. So it's super reasonable. Again, like I said, I signed up. I think I pay I don't remember, $100 a year for the 3 website tier, something like that. And then again, it really took, depending on what somebody's signed up for, it took 1-2 transactions for that to be paid for, and for me to then just be in profit mode after paying my costs to set this up. Because again, Stripe.com, which you're going to need an account there, it doesn't cost anything to set up. And what I'm going to encourage you, if you don't have Stripe yet, you're going to go set that up before we get into that module, because I would encourage you to do that, because it's going to ask you for business information. It's going to ask you for your information, your business information, tax information. It's going to do a little bit of a business verification. So it can take a little bit of time before you can actually get in and start setting things up. So I'd encourage you to go to stripe.com and start that setup, because I don't actually take you through the process of setting up Stripe for a new business, right? I'm not going to go through and show you. It's very clear. All the fields are labeled of what you need to enter. You don't have to provide any documentation, I don't believe, anymore. You just go fill out the forms, put your bank account information in, all that stuff, and then just get it prepped for actually processing and working. So I'd encourage you to go do that before we jump into further modules. Again, stripe.com, and then just set up your business account. And then obviously you need something to sell, right? Like, it's not going to be easy to take money from people you don't have anything to sell. So if you don't have a product or service, maybe this isn't for you. If you need help figuring out your product and service, or if you need help putting together your service and how you're going to offer it and what's all going to be included, you know what? Feel free to reach out to me, and we can kind of talk about that and see if I can help you with that as well. Just go to chriseggleston.com, and fill out the contact form and let me know that you're going through this course and that you have some questions and you need some help setting up your product or your services. All right. So credits for this one. Oh, there's the URL again, goget.xyz/simplepay. That's where you're going to go and sign up for WP Simple Pay. So go get your subscription to that. Stripe.com, you need to go there, as we talked about. chriseggleston.com, you can go there, check out my stuff, subscribe. Again, use the contact form if you need help setting up services and products and working out those options. And then, of course, our sponsor, wpmantis.com, for all of your white label WordPress support needs. All right, guys, so appreciate you tuning in, and I appreciate you going through this whole getting started. I know there wasn't a whole lot of like meat here, just a lot of prep and setup. But look forward to continuing with you in Module 2 and getting you to where you can start taking money from people on your website. All right? All right, we'll see you in Module 2.